buenos dias. Wake up, wake up. You already know it's Omni Cosmic here, and today's Majestic Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. I went to the market on Sunday. Happens every Sunday. I took some video about it. Oh man, broke my cup. So we're on Deuteronomy. Got rid of numbers. So Deuteronomy. Oh, let me see how many chapters. Deuteronomy is 34 chapters, not bad. Numbers was 36. So again, I hope you have, I said weekend, I'm not saying that anymore. Hope you have a good 2-day vacation. Love your soul, natural. You already know. Wake up, wake up. Come on in, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell where we talk about reconditioning every part of ourselves. So there's something I want to share. What's up, yo? What's the deal? How are you? Buenos dias. Thank you for the shout out. I appreciate that. So before we get started, of course, I got to tell you some stories. So when you're conscious, when you're aware, when you're clean of mind, what's up, Texas? Texas, the big state. That's where everything is big, right? I'm trying to go down there and visit. San Antonio was one of my first places, but I broke my cup this morning. I gotta throw it. I gotta toss it and get another one. So what's up, Texas? What's happening? How you doing? Shout out from LA. What's up, LA? Listen, I was just thinking the other day. I think I put it on one of my videos. Like, I want to go visit LA. Texas is definitely a place I want to go. San Antonio. Who knows some other places? But LA is one of them. Shout out to LA. What's happening? One love, love your soul, not your role. Listen twice and speak once. All right, the Alamo. That's in San Antonio, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think I might be mistaken. But thank you for the shout outs. Give me a like, please. Share, subscribe if you're so inclined. Where we talk about renewal. It is? All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, that's definitely one of the places that I want to go is San Antonio and LA. So thank you so much for the conversation. I appreciate it. It's early in the morning. I know you guys are up early. Are you probably on vacation today? Right? Holiday vacation? I get holiday vacation starting tomorrow. But I'll be on here in the morning because this is what we do. Love your soul, not your role, where we recondition our conditioning. It will. I'm gonna check it out. Thank you, man. You're making me excited, bro. I appreciate it. So here's something that was amazing. I was gonna put it in the chat, but I was a little bit too, or in the description, but I was a little too late. If you are going through evolution or changes or anything that, if you're in the dark but you're kind of like coming out of it, you know what I'm saying? Like you're almost there. You just need an extra push. You just need some more motivation. You just need some more. You need some more. Thank you, same to you, and God bless you too. Thank you so much. That's really nice. Happy holidays. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you. I appreciate that. So yesterday I come home. I was outside. I was getting all the energy. It was a lot of fun. The fact that I fortified my end of week, wasn't into nothing other than aligning myself, enjoying the sun, brief conversations with nice people. I think I met someone that she sold me a detox. Her name is Stephanie. Shout out to Stephanie and her detox. She's out there. She's on Instagram. And also to some folks. Well, I have it in my wallet. I don't have their info. So after yesterday, I come home. I'm doing my work. I got my laptop set up, so I'm gonna use that to stream to talk about the body. So on Sundays, I'm gonna have the first thing I want to discuss with OBS and YouTube together, so that you can see the information in the background that I'm talking about is the central nervous system. So we're gonna do that on Sunday. I got my laptop together. I got my camera together. I was able to connect OBS with YouTube. I still got a couple of quirks to work through, but we're doing. It's coming, baby. It's coming. Love your soul, not your world. Wake up, wake up. So I'm happy about that. I was able to I was able to schedule all my videos for this week on Sunday. So they're all there. You'll see them. They're already scheduled, which is good because I was doing it every day. And that you kind of get tired of doing it every day because you should be able to do all of them at once. And I did yesterday. So that's another goal I accomplished, which is great. So I come home, I'm doing my thing, I'm, doing whatever I gotta do. I cooked and this and that, la la la. So then I was like, now I wanna relax, I wanna really relax. I wanna listen to either some jazz or some ambient music, to settle down, to calm down and to just realign myself in my home. So I go on YouTube music. Oh, I can show you guys here. There we go. So I go to YouTube music, right? And then I go, that's not music, YouTube music. No, that's not the same one. So I'm thinking about what music I should listen to, to get me there. So I look up this. And actually, I think it was YouTube, yeah. Look at this. This is incredible. And if again, if you're going through the transition and you're almost there, this album, the whole entire album is a must. You have to. You must listen to this album. Let me see the albums. Here we go. Oh, it's not here. Oh, it's not here. It's not. It's probably here. No. Okay, let me go back then. Let me go back over here then. See if I can find it. Okay, here we go. This album right there. You see? Can you see it? Can you see the title? Finding Me Again by Roberta Flack. Incredible. The whole entire album is uplifting. Even though she's a female, there are things in there that apply to everybody, I think, right? Because men, well, not nowadays. Nowadays, men are beyond that, which is a good thing. Men listen to women music. Back in my day was like, man, why you listen to she's a girl? But listen, Roberta Flack with that album, Finding Me Again, incredible. It is beautiful, full of love, full of experiences, she's got a message in every song. And I listened to the whole album last night and fire. So I can kind of, if there was any album from a female that I would say that I've listened to, like Roberta Flack, that has a comparison to this album, would be Lauryn Hill's album. Lauryn Hill album is from the first song to the last song. The whole album is beautiful. And that's not easy to do. But if you get a chance, Finding Me Again by Roberta Flack, incredible. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee you. So there you go. Majestic Monday. Be majestic to yourself and be majestic to someone who would love and needs that. You'll feel it. If you're in your alignment, you'll feel who needs some majesty. And it's on you to give them that. All right, love your soul, not your role. Wake up, wake up. So let's go ahead and do the morning affirmation, which again, I changed it from prayers to affirmations. A lot more effective, I believe. But prayers, used in my the way I think is, well, I don't have it. I should have made it last night. Is talking directly with God. That's prayer for me. So affirmations is a lot more better. A lot more better. Okay, so there's no Monday. I didn't make it, but I'm gonna do it right now. Let me see. All right, here we go. So I got one here. I'm creating it right now. Okay, here we go. This is the whole thing. So here we go. Father God, please give me discernment. Please give me strength, insight. Guide me on this day. This day belongs to you. Make the way for me, Father God, so I can be successful internally with my spirit, become one with you. Praise be to the Almighty. Okay, so here we go. I step into this week with the grace, clarity, and unshakable confidence. I own my space, trust my inner wisdom, and move toward my goals with the poise of someone who already knows they are enough. That's a good one. Okay, so this is how to embody this today. Posture of power. Take a moment to roll your shoulders back and lift your chin. Physical alignment often dictates mental state. That is so true. A lot of people might say, well, that's, I don't know why a lot of people would say that because they never tried. A lot of people who say stuff against something that you're trying to do has never tried it, has never been there, has never done that. They're just closed-minded and they're just skeptical about everything that they don't know about. So if you don't know about it, just try it, and then you can make an honest opinion or statement. I cracked my glass this morning. Look at that. I gotta get rid of it. Hope I'm not swallowing any glass. So roll your shoulders back, lift your chin up, because posture has a lot to do with the way you feel and think about yourself, believe it or not. If you slouched over like this and you sit like this, there's no power in your back. So get your back up. Get your back up like that. Sit up, stand up, look up. And that in itself will give you strength, will give you, affirmation of who you are, right? If you slump down like this and, just think about it. The moment you slump down, it's like your eyes close when you do it automatically. So this posture to power is called take a moment to roll your shoulders back and lift your chin. Physical alignment often dictates mental state. And I can attest to that. That's absolutely true. Focus on the vision. Instead of getting bogged down by small stressors, keep your eyes on the big picture of what you want to achieve this week. So, got a rule, write it down, read it out loud, and then take action. 3 steps. Write it down. Little goals, whatever the little goals may be. The big goal is the big goal. But again, that's the true statement. Instead of getting stuck on where you're stuck, then look at what you're trying to do in the long run. So that unstuck will be a motivator to get you there. So write it down, read it out loud to yourself, and then take action. Cool? Cool. All right, let's do a poem. I'll do a poem. All right, here we go. This is a Majestic Monday poem. We're just going to get in it. Here we go. Let me get my poem voice going. The sun ascends a velvet throne to claim a sky of sapphire blue. The morning seeds of hope are sown in colors bright and honors new. No longer tethered to the rest, the spirit climbs the mountain peak to put its quiet strength to test. And find the greatness that we seek. I'm gonna read that again. No longer tethered to the rest, the spirit climbs the mountain peak to put the quiet strength to test, and find the greatness that we seek. With steady heart and winded gaze, the common path becomes a right. A sovereign soul and golden haze turn the shadows into light. So walk with grace and breathe in deep. The crown you wear is yours to keep. I'm going to say that again. Let me breathe before I say that. That felt good. That felt good. That felt good. So I'm going to read it again. So walk with grace and breathe in deep. The crown you wear is yours to keep. Wake up, wake up. That's a good. That was a nice one. Short but sweet. What is that? Is that a country? Turkey? Is that Turkey? Yes. Well, if it is Turkey, hello Turkey. Hi, thank you for coming in. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate your comment. Go Turkey. Go Turkey. What's up, guys? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So there's a poem. That's a very nice poem. I think it had a lot to do with today. So this is what the poem is centered on. The idea of sovereignty, the belief that you are the ruler of your own reactions and your own time. Monday doesn't have to be a climb. It can be coronation of your intention for the week. So instead of being, gloomy Monday, I would say it's an initiation for your week. Are you going to control what transpires within your ability with the things that you can control? Are you going to be able to observe from a higher mind yourself in the situations that's going to transpire this week? Are you able to do that? Would you like to do that? How do you do that? Those are deeper questions for yourself for a lot later. I just want to give you a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a sociologist. I'm not anything professional that can assist you with your issues. If you have any, contact your local doctor. If you have a doctor, contact your doctor. I'm not a nutritionist because I talk about nutrition and what's been going on with my life, with the way I've been eating lately, which has given me basically a lighter life in every sense. Like everything about me is light. My mind doesn't focus on the things it used to focus on that were basically draining me of my energy. No longer doing it. It doesn't even exist, which is beautiful. I mean, you don't even know. And if you did, you'd be like, wow, really? Omnicosmic? Really? So I know these methods work because I'm using them on myself. I would not be telling you something that's not true for me. So you can take that to the bank. One love, love your soul, not your rule. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're here every morning. We're about to get into Deuteronomy. The reason we're reading this book is to gain some knowledge. There is some good stuff in here like Psalms, and Proverbs. Numbers is off the jukes. I don't even know. I don't think they read numbers unless they want to scare you in the churches. But that was the read was so like, it was gruesome to hear the things that the Lord would do to his people because that just sounds like a king. A king is like, you're not him, kill him. You are not doing this, kill her. Like it's really, really, really gruesome. And you would say to yourself, like, oh man, if you were living in that time, you probably wouldn't have the mentality that we do nowadays. But if you did, they get rid of you, which is, that's numbers, the whole numbers. They got rituals and, sacrificing and yeah. So read it if you want to. We just read it. The video is somewhere there, but there's another thing I'm going to do because I do have my computer. Now I'm going to make my playlists from all of the, it's going to take me a long time, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I think it's necessary. Put everything in order. So get the album by Roberta Flack called Finding Me Again. Beautiful album. Beautiful, beautiful. You will feel so different. You will feel like you're not alone. I was gonna Look up Baal, but we know what Baal is. We looked it up. That's another name for the word Lord. And then Baal is supposed to be Satan or a demon of equivalent evil stature, if you will. Agog the king, I was going to look him up, but really, I had enough of numbers. So we're on Deuteronomy. We're going to start in a moment. Majestic Monday, be majestic to yourself so that others can feel your majesty in their life. And who doesn't want to be close to something so beautiful and something so glowy and welcoming? Who doesn't? Like, I used to meet nice people all the time. And I'm like, man, why are you so nice? You know what I mean? And now I'm the same way. People go, you so nice because that's my nature. The reason I was taken from it was because I was brought up in the city. In the city, everybody's hardcore, everybody's angry, everybody's in a rush, everybody's upset, everybody. Dude, when I came down here, I was the same way. I had an attitude because it was just, the way we were brought up. But always knew. I was always, because I was always giving people things that I didn't even have so that they can be better. I knew what kind of individual I was in terms of, spreading true, um, true happiness, true, truthfulness to those who needed it, right? And I didn't really have to do anything, anything material or physical. Sometimes it would be words. And a lot of people, which I love, because a lot of people talk to me and they ask me certain things. Now, they don't want to talk to me anymore, and that's good because that puts them where they need to be, and I'm okay with that. I don't like, conversation that has nothing to do about nothing about what I'm doing. About how I believe that I am growing, and what I want to contribute. Right, just basically my experience. Again, in the city, everybody's got an attitude. They dog bark each other. Dog bark. They don't talk to each other. There's no conversation. Sometimes they get it. That's how they talk. They just talk mean and yell, and they're aggressive. I was the same way. I was the same way. But when I moved to Florida, Florida's been so kind to me. And even though all my family is up north, I would have gotten no help from nobody. Nobody. So you know what I used to do? I just used to leave, get help from strangers. Yeah. Yeah. It ain't sad for me because, your family is your family. Your family is not, you're not tied unless you got blood, you're old school and you're in the bloodline of the people who run this world. But really sometimes the people in your family are your worst enemies. It's a fact. And anyway, they don't mean to be. Thank you. That's right. Otherwise, blood doesn't equal family. Facts. I'm finding that out. Thank you so much. And I never, was around, because I would leave all the time. I would literally want to run away because I was abused, in every sense of the word. And I didn't want to be abused. I didn't want to be an abusive, and, they would say, you always run away. Why are you thinking? I'm young. I'm a baby. I'm a child running away from these folks because they were beating the crap out of me. Whether if I had an opinion, thank you for the like, whether I had an opinion, and I always did. I always did have an opinion like that's not right. I don't think that's right, Miles. Shut up. Don't ask no questions. Nobody mind your own business. I didn't learn anything from these people who were supposedly my family. But soon, and this is why I love being nice to people because as soon as I was out of that destructive, they call it a narcissist circle of narcissists because that's what they are. And other people would be so nice to me, just people I didn't even know, even now. And that's what I want, right? Like my uncle, man, he's amazing. He always has a smile on his face. He's extremely educated. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thank you. That's right. Everybody, that's what your life is. Your life is a story. Here's a book. Here's the spinal cord. You turn the pages of your life. That's exactly what it is. Thank you for that. I appreciate you very much. So yeah, I found people that care more about me, not even blood related. And I realized that. Like, wow, my thought is in family. I didn't even think. ever I had a family. To me, they weren't family. To me, they just tortured me every chance they got for no reason. For no reason. And then I carried that with me. And then that became part of my personality. I became, and I said, wait a minute, something's wrong. My second marriage, my third marriage, that's how, and this took me years. I was living like that, like damn, because I didn't have an outlet. I did psychology. I went to psychiatrists and I read books, and there was something just there that wouldn't go away. Like I had a black hole, literally in my, not literally, but in my chest. I felt empty all the time. I had anxiety all the time. I wasn't really depressed because I would find a way out of that. I would do things with my life. I would read books, play basketball, entertain myself. But right now at night I can sleep. I wasn't able to sleep because these people were still in my life just a couple of months ago. These kind of people. But it's a sad situation. I'm out of it. I'm an older gentleman right now, and it took me to get away completely from myself because that person was what they wanted me to be. So I had to detach myself from myself and recondition and realign myself by myself. All praise is due to the great one. And he was there for me all day, every day when I was down and out, living in the streets, had nothing to eat, living in a car. When I was a kid, I watched videos of people showing stuff at night. Oh, I saw a walker. Listen, let me tell you something. I lived in the streets, in the gutter, as a little kid, 10 years old. And these people would say, you chose to do that. No, I didn't. I chose to get away from you. And it didn't matter to me where I slept. Picture that little baby, little boy, little girl would rather go out in the street. Listen to this. And then they blame me for that. A narcissist all the way. You wanted to be out there really because you was beating me with extension cords and wire irons and burning my hands on the stove. Yeah, right? You think that's okay for me? I love you, but I gotta beat you? What? I'd rather be out in the street. Listen to this. I ain't never seen no demons, no shadow people, and I was living in the street as a little kid, sleeping in abandoned cars, abandoned buildings. Listen, places that you look at and you go, I'm not going in there. I've slept in those places at nighttime by myself. So you see this beautiful smile? You see this beautiful smile? It's there for a reason. I created this smile because I would always, listen, always upset at everything. I didn't know how to deal with conflicting situations because they didn't teach me how to do that. Conflicts, either it was my way or the highway. And that's exactly how these people are. So I got away from them. And then I met people that were just like them. Guess what? I don't want to meet anybody anymore. I really don't. I don't. I really don't, man. I'd rather talk to people out in the streets, strangers, than have somebody within my aura causing me drama, causing me stress, causing me. Nah, I'm not doing it. No more. Termine. Anyway, love you so natural. You already know we listen twice and speak once. Thank you for joining. Thank you for giving me conversation. Thank you for the likes, by the way. I went through similar as a kid, bro. And best thing you can do is get away. You can't change facts. That's fact. I don't know why I can't. Is there a reason why I can't read the whole thing? Like I can see it, but then it disappears. Is that a setting? Okay. Can't catch those people, brother. They are wicked. Yeah, they are wicked. I'm glad you are doing well. Thank you so much. Amen. Thank you so much for that. And it's true. So you see, you know, a lot of people think I'm the only one. When I was a kid, I thought I was the only one. And some of the people that helped me abuse me too. Like men, women, when I was out on the street, I've been abused, man. Listen, I'm not ashamed to say that. Now I was living through that all my life. This person was, snakes in the grass, evil intentions. Oh, I'll help you. You want something to eat? Come on in. The next thing you know, I'm being abused. No joke. No joke. So, may God bless them. Yes, no joke. No joke. As a child, your parents are supposed to protect you. They're supposed to love you. They're supposed to teach you and then let you go on your way. right? Let you fly. And maybe once again you come back, right? To say, I don't want to go back. I don't want to see none of these people. I don't care about them. They didn't care about me. And I'm not saying that to be vindictive. That's not what I'm doing. I just know that me being in the space that I'm at right now is the best. I'm super appreciative and grateful for everyone that I've met, these last couple of years. I lost somebody about a week ago. That was really sad. She was a great person and she helped me change my life. She helped me look at things that were there, and helped me focus on them. She was a great person. Her name was Tony. May she rest in peace. Love you, Tony. She was a great person in my life, and I will never forget her. Like, she helped me, you know what I mean? Like, she helped me mentally, emotionally. Thank you, bro. Thank you. But that was, one of I would say maybe one of many angels that was sent my way. Absolutely. I met people, man. Listen, just recently, I was, I was in I was like in a gas station. I was hurting. I was hurt like emotionally. I was distraught, man. I bent over in line and I started to cry, like, on the counter. And I was hoping that nobody saw me, but there was this man behind me. He put his arm on me. He said, "Hey, brother, you okay?" I didn't even know what to say. I was like, usually we say we good, right? Because we don't want anyone to see that we're weak. But you're not weak if you cry. You're letting it go. You're flushing your system. You're detoxing. You heard? And I was like, "Nah, I'm okay, man." He's like, "You sure you need anything, bro?" And immediately I was like, "Let me get up out of here," But his intentions were, he saw me hurting, and you don't have people that do that nowadays because people are conniving. They're deceitful. So I could have been crying like a trap. Like, I've never seen. Listen, people are so predatory. Gotta be careful. So there you go. Some of my story. And thank you for the comments. I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You bird. Love your soul, not your role. We're listeners. We listen twice and we speak once. So here we go. Deuteronomy. I'm gonna go where I always go. I'm gonna go to U version. And again, this book is being read to assist in knowledge. And there's a lot of good things in here. I'm not religious, right? I do believe in a creator. Some of these stories are out of control. Like, if you read the Old Testament, and this is the NIV, not really good. It's not. I've noticed that it's not. There's a chapter missing, a verse missing from a chapter. Matthew 17, verse 21 is gone. But then this Bible that I have is a study Bible, so there are notes on the bottom of each page. So if you read in it, you can read the notes and give you a better, deeper explanation. So I always go here. This is the Bible U version. Got on Bible. There it is, Deuteronomy 1, and here we go. Wake up, wake up. Love your soul, not your role. You already know when we recondition the mind, the body, and the soul. Here we go.
The Book of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy, chapter 1. These are the words Moses spoke to all Israel in the wilderness east of the Jordan. That is, in the Arabah, opposite Suph, between Paran and Tophel-Laban, Hazeroth and Dizabad. It takes 11 days to go from Horeb to Kadesh Barnea by the Mount Seir road. In the 40th year, on the first day of the 11th month, Moses proclaimed to the Israelites all that the Lord had commanded him concerning them. This was after he had defeated Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned at Heshbon, and at Edrei had defeated Og, king of Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth. East of the Jordan in the territory of Moab, Moses began to expound this law, saying, "The Lord our God said to us at Horeb, 'You have stayed long enough at this mountain. Break camp and advance into the hill country of the Amorites. Go to all the neighboring peoples in the Arabah, in the mountains, in the western foothills, in the Negev and along the coast, to the land of the Canaanites and to Lebanon, as far as the great river, the Euphrates. See, I have given you this land. Go in and take possession of the land that the Lord's..."
Okay, that makes no sense. I have given you this land, but go in and take it. For me, Doesn't make any sense. If you gave me the land and you created the land, why can't I just go? Why can't you just do? Why I gotta go fight? Why I gotta go lose soldiers? Why I gotta go lose family and friends? You're not really. He's not really. I don't. My understanding. He's not really giving it to him. He's telling them to take it. In my understanding, if you can give me a better version of your understanding, I'm with that. I'm thankful for all opinions, for all insights. I don't pretend to know this thing because I don't. This is the first time me reading Deuteronomy, literally, right? And I've been in church. Somebody gave me this Bible. I used to go to church, and we did Bible studies. Study Bible again. So my father's Pentecostal preacher, I think they call him. So that was to no avail. He used to try and beat me and make me go to church, like this guy right here, this Lord guy, beating people into submission. You can't do that with people, especially if you have free will. You can't beat people. They're gonna resist you even more. The more you beat them, that's just the way it goes. Because I know, I just told you, I've been there. You don't want to be around somebody who's beating you all the time. It's not gonna happen. The first chance you get to escape, that's what you're gonna do.
Or he would give to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and to their descendants after them. At that time I said to you, you are too heavy a burden for me to carry alone. The Lord your God has increased your numbers, so that today you are as numerous as the stars in the sky. May the Lord, the God of your ancestors, increase you 1,000 times and bless you as he has promised. But how can I bear your problems and your burdens and your disputes all by myself? Choose some wise, understanding, and respected men from each of your tribes, and I will set them over you. You answered me, what you propose to do is good. So I took the leading men of your tribes, wise and respected men, and appointed them to have authority over you, as commanders of thousands, of hundreds, of fifties, and of tens, and as tribal officials. And I charged your judges at that time, hear the disputes between your people and...
So here they are creating a government. That's a government. That's a government. They just escaped Egypt, which was another form of government, to fall into a newly created government. So they didn't go nowhere. They didn't free themselves. They enslaved themselves even more. Because this is what he's saying. So if he's creating this tribe, he took all these tribes, different tribes, 12 tribes, I suppose that's what they're talking about, I think. And now he's taking these wise men and creating a government for all of these tribes. We had governments. The indigenous people had governments. Los puertorriqueños teníamos, caciques. We had doctors. We had all that. We had that because structure here in this plane is important, right? In any type of system, not a conniving, a thieving, a killing system. One that bettered itself by building itself off the people that it's essentially should be protection, but it's controlling. But that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening here either. He's giving them a government. He's taking people that they probably don't even know, giving them power over them. Did they agree to that? I don't think they did. I don't see an agreement here. So these are the kind of things that you'll be able to discern when you ask Father God for some discernment. This NIV version, other versions, they've all been tampered with. Believe that. You can believe that. But I've seen it. I've heard it. Just, I don't know, 20 years ago, they changed some verse in here to make it seem like certain types of sexual behavior was okay. When I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, what? Right. So when you're out in the world and you're hustling and you're working and you're doing this and you're doing that, you got no time for spirituality. You got no time. So so your spirituality is going to church on Sundays and having somebody point a finger at you about what you've been doing, make you feel bad, and then you pay some money and go home and everything's good. Not happening. What God need money for? Wake up, wake up. Love your soul, not your role. Listen twice and speak once.
Judge fairly, whether whether the case is between two Israelites or between an Israelite and a foreigner residing among you. Do not show partiality in judging. Hear both small and great alike. Do not be afraid of anyone, for judgment belongs to God. Bring me any case too hard for you, and I will hear it. And at that time I told you everything you were to do. Then, as the Lord our God commanded us, we set out from Horeb and went towards the hill country of the Amorites, through all that vast and dreadful wilderness that you have seen. And so we reached Kadesh Barnea. Then I said to you, you have reached the hill country of the Amorites, which the Lord our God is giving us. See, the Lord your God has given you the land. Go up and take possession of it, as the Lord, the God of your ancestors, told you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Then all of you came to me and said, let us send men ahead to spy out the land for us and bring back a report about the route we are to take and the towns we will come to. The idea seemed good to me. So I selected 12 of you, one man from each tribe. They left and went up into the hill country and came to the valley of Eshcol and explored it. Taking with them some of the fruit of the land, they brought it down to us and reported, it is a good land that the Lord our God is giving us. But you were unwilling to go up. You rebelled against the command of the Lord your God. You grumbled in your tents and said, the Lord hates us. So he brought us out of Egypt to deliver us into the hands of the Amorites to destroy us. Where can we go? Our brothers have made our hearts melt in fear. They say,
So see, I'm not the only one with that mentality. Look at this person saying, hold on. You see, so even at that time, people were like, wait a minute, this doesn't make no sense, but they still went along with it. So if something doesn't make sense to you and you still go along with it, something's wrong. You could have stayed, like he said, they could have stayed in Egypt as slaves, but they had housing, they had food. I don't know if they were beaten on. I don't think so. I don't think they were beaten on, but I don't know. Wasn't there? Because if you want to escape someplace, a whole people, this is a whole generation of people. Yeah, because you if you're Christian and you read the Bible, you're Christian, you're clean of mind, you're clean of heart, but something's wrong, right? Don't tell me I'm wrong. That you go to church and you reading this stuff, none of it makes any sense. Some of it's like, what? And like that doesn't make any sense. Somebody that was opposed to what they were doing said, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. I should stay in Egypt, man. Can't stay in you. You feel me? Right. So yeah, exactly. It's like, come on, bro. We going where? To the desert? Hold up. I got water. I got jewelry. Even though I'm a slave, because that's what it's like now. You got jewelry, you got cars, but you gonna keep on working. So let's just say somebody come here and take us over to some desert to be free. Nah, I'm good, bro. I don't wanna be free. What's your plan? Your plan is to take me to you don't even know what you're doing. You took me out of here. We almost drowned. We got shot at. We got a whole army after us, man. We don't got no weapons. Come on. Don't make no sense. But then again, Yahweh, the creator, there is a creator, right? Christ is you. You are the sacrifice, right? You are the evil and you are the good. The kingdom of God lies within you. They tell you because they have to. But you see, I'd have been like, nah, I'm straight, man. I'm saying I'm not sacrificing nothing, bro. I got kids. I got a good job. What do you do for a living? Well, I clean Pharaoh's feet, man. You know what I'm saying? I put a little polish on. Oh, how much he give you? Man, he give me like 30,000 shekel. What? Is there anybody that throws away the nails? Or you got to do it because you can give me that. You can concentrate on him, and then you can pay me. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw the nails away. I'll sweep you. So if you look at it and you read it literally, it's not going to make any sense. Now, if you read it spiritually, this whole thing. It's gonna explain to you, your spirituality, your soul, what you need to do. Again, read it spiritually, not logically, because it's not gonna make any sense. Dear Father, give me discernment and understanding of what this is to me. To me, not to anybody else. You don't need a medium. It tells you in the Bible, don't no idolatry. You don't, practice divination. No, but this is exactly what they're doing. This is exactly what they're doing. They don't even follow. They don't follow this. This was made up. That book was made up. They follow something else, Talmud or something, or the Torah. They don't even follow this. They don't even believe in the God that they want you to believe in, because they don't believe in Christ. And you are Christ. All this experience that you're reading is all metaphorical, right? So if you start to look at it that way and apply the information to your journey, you're good. You're gonna fall. You're gonna get up. You're gonna be persecuted. You're gonna get up. You're gonna go to hell. You're gonna get up. That's what it is all about. It's the journey of man. That's it. But anyway, let's try and finish this chapter. It's really huge, but we're almost there.
The people are stronger and taller than we are. The cities are large, with walls up to the sky.
And there they were talking about the Nephilim were living in Canaan. That's where they're supposed to invade. But it's the land that I gave you. But go ahead and invade it. What? Hey, I don't understand that. Like, how can you give me something that don't even belong to you? In that sense, because if it belonged to you, you just give it to me. But you want to go and invade somebody else and kill other people, children, women, all of that. Stuff that's been going on today. Stuff that happened to my people.
We even saw the Anakites there. Then I said to you, do not be terrified. Do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God, who is going before you, will fight for you as he did for you in Egypt before your very eyes, and in the wilderness. There you saw how the Lord your God carried you as a father carries his son, all the way you went until you reached this place.
Exactly.
In spite of this, you did not trust in the Lord your God, who went ahead of you on your journey, in fire by night and in a cloud by day.
And so here's the kicker. If you didn't do it, you were going to be killed. Because it says if you don't follow my law and my commands, you got to go. That sounds like a dictator. I'm saying, right? Like, that sounds like somebody you don't want to be around. What you mean? If I don't do what you want me to do, then you're going to kill me? Same thing they did to our people. This is your God, and if you don't follow this God, they were killing our women in front of our faces and our eyes, pulling out the babies that they had in their bellies to follow this God, this Lord. That's not a God I'd follow in any instant. In any instant. Burn me to the stake. I don't care. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to somebody else's country and taking their land because you said so. I don't even know who you are because you got a medium that's telling me that you said that. Save it for David. Save it for David, please. Thank you, bro. Save it for David, right? Save it for David, because we are no longer enslaved mentally, because this information that was created for. I used to go to the library. Yeah, I used to go to the library. I used to go to the library all the time. If I wasn't playing basketball or doing, I was in the library. Plus, again, remember I told you that I used to run away from home, so I needed somewhere to go in the daytime. On the weekends, so I go to the library. I pull me out a book, start reading it, and that's why I kept my mind, away from what was going on in my life. I read a lot of books as a young person. I was gonna say something about that, but so he's talking about how he said he didn't save them in any of these situations. They saved themselves. And it's like you can communicate. That's facts. That's fact. Nobody's reading. Do you know that there are books that they don't allow in America anymore? But this is a free country. This is not a free country. You ain't free. You ain't free. No such thing that don't exist. There's an illusion that make you think that you're free. Mess around, don't pay your taxes. Mess around, buy yourself some land and some property and don't pay your government taxes. They're taking it. That's like Romans. Bro, that's Rome. Roman and Greek. Yeah, facts. It's still slavery, but more deceptive, more like you're enslaving yourself. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to come at you hard. They just got to put you in the system where you believe, where you see from past history that they tell you that you can't escape. Like killing Malcolm X, killing Martin Luther King, getting rid of, Pedro Albizu Campos, the way they did it. Then you're the next generation, like, I'm not doing that, man. You see what they did to Homeboy? Which would be the smart move. But you can get out here. They may take your body. They don't care about your body. Your body's gone. You coming again. They want your soul. They want your soul. The one thing that Father God gave you as a part of Him. So when they take your soul, they're taking a part of Father God. They're weakening Him through you. So wake up, wake up. Love you so much, Ro. Come on in. We listen twice and we speak once.
To search out places for you to camp and to show you the way you should go.
That's right.
When the Lord heard,
I mean, that doesn't even make any sense either. A mortgage for 30 years. What? Listen, that's that you're gonna pass along to your children, and then they're gonna pass along to their children. Because who knows when you're gonna pass, right? You may not have 30 years. Buy some land. Buy some land, but you still have to pay the land tax. And you can do that every 30 days. Buy some land, get yourself some little animals, keep your job, pay the land tax. Because you're gonna have to. Because if you don't, they're gonna take it. So it doesn't belong to you. Nothing belongs to you. Let's finish this up. Thank you for that comment. But I just want to say this. Materialism doesn't belong to you, but the one thing that belongs to you is your soul. So that's what you should be encapsulating in your love and your understanding of yourself. Because when you transcend, frequency means everything. So keep your frequency high. Keep it high. And that's how you're going to live your life. And then when you get out of here, you good. You're not going to come back. That's the whole goal, is to not come back.
what you said, he was angry and solemnly swore, "No one from this evil generation shall see the good land I swore to give your ancestors, except Caleb, son of Jephunneh. He will see it, and I will give him and his descendants the land he set his feet on, because he followed the Lord wholeheartedly." Because of you, the Lord became angry with me also, and said, "You shall not enter it either, but your assistant Joshua, son of Nun, will enter it. Encourage him, because he will lead Israel to inherit it. And the little ones that you said would be taken captive, your children who do not yet know good from bad, they will enter the land. I will give it to them, and they will take possession of it. But as for you, turn round and set out towards the desert along the route to the Red Sea." Then you replied, "We have sinned against the Lord. We will go up and fight as the Lord our God commanded us."
Fear.
So every one of you put on his weapons, thinking it easy to go up into the hill country. But the Lord said to me, "Tell them, do not go up and fight, because I will not be with you. You will be defeated by your enemies."
He just said that.
So I told you, but you would not listen. You rebelled against the Lord's command, and in your arrogance you marched up into the hill country. The Amorites who lived in those hills came out against you. They chased you like a swarm of bees and beat you down from Seir all the way to Hormah.
Beat him down.
You came back and wept before the Lord, but he paid no attention to your weeping and turned a deaf ear to you. And so you stayed in Kadesh many days, all the time you spent there. Deuteronomy chapter 2.
Okay, let me get out. Okay,
Then
we're done. We'll do that tomorrow. Love you so much, Roll. I hope and bid you a beautiful day with a lot of self-love, self-discipline. Love you so natural. Listen twice, speak once. I'll see you on the next one.